the learner's always right, like our mentality of that. And I think
Mhm.
that's is very different than most kids think that it's the kid's problem, it's their fault they're doing this,
Mhm.
or like why are they doing this? And it's like always bringing it back to like the learner is right or your child's right. So going what you guys are saying, like changing what you're doing,
Yeah.
changing the environment is how you get them to change the behavior. So
Yeah, and to give more of an explanation, I think that's spot on, Yanokita. Thank you. I think that's a conversation, a discussion that this panel definitely needs to have.
Mhm.
And we all know this. I think the biggest problem, and I think we've all seen this, is that you have individuals who are struggling. Maybe they have, special needs, or they have, some type of learning disability, or just any type of special challenge, or it can even be typically developing, children who are just not quite getting something. And so most of the time as adults, and it don't directly blame, but we say, the reason why so and so can't do A, B, and C is because they have
Mhm.
a diagnosis, or they are not paying attention, or they are not good at this. And the truth is that's why we say it's not the learner's fault. It's not the individual that is on the receiving end of our instruction or what we're trying to teach. It's our methodology or the procedures that we're using that need to be modified so that that individual can have an environment that will allow them to learn. And that individual might need a modified environment so that we can maximize learning. And sometimes we don't realize that. And it's an easy way out to say, oh, this person will never talk because A, B, and C, or this
Yeah.
person will never be able to participate because they have a diagnosis of whatever it might be, or this individual is lazy. I mean, that's a common one, and it drives
yeah.
me crazy.
Yeah.
This person is just lazy. Well, okay, well, let's look at how BF Skinner defines laziness.
Yeah.
Does anybody know? Do you guys remember?
Oh,
No.
He
no.
says laziness is just having access to all your reinforcers.
Oh, yeah. That
You
rings
know,
rings
but
a bell.
we
Yeah.
engage in behavior to get access to reinforcers. If especially if more technical talk, if there's an establishing operation in effect, or if, let's say, for example, we are hungry, we're food deprived, then we start to engage in behavior, which has been historically reinforced in the past. So I get up off the couch, I start looking around the cupboards, I go into the refrigerator, or I might say, hey, so and so, can you grab me a bite to eat? Or hey, do you want to go out for some lunch? Whatever it might be, there's history there that has allowed me access to food or the reinforcers
Right.
as a result. But if you have access to everything you want and need, I have my Game Boy, I have my PlayStation, I have a little refrigerator in my room. There's no rules on what time I have to go to sleep so I can wake up late. The
Mhm.
individual is not struggling because they're lazy. It's because it's the wrong environment for what we want to see. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.